Finally, after months, weeks, days waiting because of constant trailers, announcements, finally we're here. F1 23 has been revealed to the public. We have our first proper trailer and we're going to talk about it, break it down and talk about all the new features in this video. So guys, before we get into it, I want to quickly say if you guys are new to the channel and you want to see the latest breaking news and all the fresh new content regarding the new game, get subscribed as I'm trying to hit 100k this year, guys. I want to try and make it happen on this game, and also I'll hopefully have early access footage, all that good stuff for you guys, so get subscribed for that. And yeah, let's get into the breakdown. Leave a like on the video, comment your thoughts down below, and let's see what's happening.
Who will be last to break? Round the outside he goes, and there's a huge lock-up.
Before a race begins, anything is possible. It's like the world holds its breath.
Why are you hesitating?
Charlie Mayer is the F2 champion.
Everyone thought Aiden was going to be signed by one of the big three.
Something has gone very wrong here.
Every season, you want to step up. There's always something to improve.
Something's not right. Okay, box.
Are you checking?
That's it, go.
This has to be a red flag.
I was devastated.
What a great result.
I want to be the best I can be, and I want to win.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Do you know how I look losing easy points like this?
Come on, you can do this.
Not everyone survives in F1. You know that.
Wheel to wheel, this is fabulous. The question is,
who will be
The last to break.
Now you've seen the trailer. We're going to focus on the article, the press release, rather than focusing on the trailer because there wasn't too much in that besides just basically showing off some gameplay. So we're going to talk about the actual core features in this article. Who will be the last to break? EA Sports F1 23 launching June 16th, 2023, which is in 6 weeks' time. Very short turnaround, very early, the earliest release of all time, and that is very exciting. It says new precision drive technology delivers vastly improved pad play alongside real F1 team feedback for the ultimate wheel experience. So sounds like they've put some work in, and the fact that this is the kind of almost tagline is that they've really tried to improve the pad and wheel physics. That's exciting because I think F1 22 needed some work, and it's also important that, obviously pad wheel stay relatively competitive and you can, compete amongst yourselves and not that one has an advantage over the other, which is really important. Interestingly, it says that the game will be released on June 16th across PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC, so no mention of PS4? Interesting, so maybe the last gen console possibly not going to run the game. I'm pretty sure I saw that the game is going to support the old gen, but no mention of it here, which is interesting. It confirms that, Breaking Point is returning this year, and also we have the additions of Las Vegas and also Qatar as circuits, which is basically surface level promotion. Let's jump into the details though and into more evidence. So the first two paragraphs focus on Breaking Point, of course, which is returning this year and in a much different capacity, of course. In the past, it's always been Butler versus Jackson, also Ackerman as well. This year, essentially, we have Breaking Point merging with my team in the form of Chronosport Racing, which, of course, is going to be the big thing this year. It confirms that Aiden Jackson and protagonist Devon Butler now teammates for Chronosport Racing team, so that's confirmed that they're in the same team, so that could be very spicy indeed, and that's going to hopefully set the kind of, the storylines for the series. And you could see that in the trailer as well. There was a lot of footage showing off the new livery, which of course we saw revealed the other week, and also little cutscenes here and there during the trailer, which were really interesting to see. And to be fair, I didn't actually finish Breaking Point on F1 2021 because it didn't really do it for me, but to be fair, this on face value seems pretty exciting. But now we're getting into more interesting details and things that I'm personally more keen about. So, F123's handling has been upgraded from last season, allowing for more predictable behaviour and new vehicle physics, which give the cars better traction when braking, accelerating and cornering. Now, I'll say one thing, and some people might disagree here, but the DLC that we got for F122, which had the Alfa Romeo from this year's season added to the game, even though the lap times seem the same, I'm convinced, and it just, you know, I'm going to stick by it. That car feels different, and it has better traction, slightly more understeer, but the car generally is more predictable in its behaviour. You can kind of get the power down more, and it just behaves as you'd expect and reacts accordingly. And I think that's a bit of a preview to what's going to happen with this year's game and all the handling from all the cars. I still haven't touched the game yet. I know the beta is currently ongoing. I haven't got it. I haven't touched it, so I don't have any feedback to add in terms of handling. So I'm yet to know what exactly this is going to feel like. But if that Alfa Romeo is a preview, I'm very excited. It says, by incorporating actual F1 team feedback, a greater balance has been struck between aero and tyre grip, and that results in a more realistic feel. Engine torque and inertia improvements also mean throttle control is more authentic and offers greater level of connection to the car, which adds up to what the 23 Alfa Romeo feels like in 22. Alongside these improvements, we've got the Precision Drive controller technology, which is going to help you guys out on the pad, which is going to give you better feeling and also precision in those key moments, which I'm keen to see. I know a few pad players, you know, league racing, especially those who are really, really quick, and they just couldn't compete in last year's game compared to those on the wheel, so hopefully this will give them a bit of a way back into kind of competing in league racing. Also, really juicy stuff. It says, following community feedback, 35% race distance makes its debut, which is technically its return, because that used to be in the F1 2010 and 11 games, if I'm not mistaken, possibly 12 as well, don't quote me on that. And it also says, providing the perfect sweet spot between, you know, the previous short and long race options. Additionally, red flags are back in the game, adding a new strategic element to F1 23, and the ability to react quickly could change the outcome of a race, both for better and for worse. So very happy about that. I'm not going to go mad about it. I didn't find the red flags were like incredible when I had them, you know, or raced with them before in the past, because the race stops and starts again. There's not too much to it, but it's a cool thing to have in these situations, you know, to add realism, especially when you look at the real life sport and how many red flags we've had in the last couple of years to kind of stop races, you know, fix barriers and basically get races to change a little bit in terms of strategy. Alongside the full 23 season calendar, which expands to include Las Vegas and Losail, the game also has 3 legacy circuits, so Paul Ricard, China and Portimao all confirmed for launch, which is great. So the game will be launching with 25 circuits, not 22, which is great because it gives us options. I'm personally, of course, a league racer, so for the leagues to have the option of still using Paul Ricard and China and also Portimao, that is very, very good. And it's all, you know, the more content, the better. That's always going to be a positive thing for the game. Now then, we get into the more controversial aspect of this one, and this is either I love it or you hate it, but the introduction of F1 World delivers a fresh experience with content inspired by the real world calendar, helping introduce players to the complex world of Formula 1. F1 World brings together multiple game modes, including time trial and Grand Prix, offering an exciting new way to play the game. And that's interesting because we know, of course, F1 Life, and the rumours were that F1 World is basically a much better expanded version, and the fact that it mentions it ties into time trial and Grand Prix is quite interesting, so there might actually be some incentive this year to want to play it and do well. A new progression system allows players to level up by completing challenges to unlock car upgrades, new liveries, race suits and helmets. A new safety rating system links online and offline play, encouraging drivers to race cleanly. The system also helps pair like-minded drivers more efficiently for improved online racing. Now this is very interesting because it says you're going to get, you know, helmets, liveries, suits and all that stuff, but unlock car upgrades. That could be interesting. Is that tying into F1 World, or does that tie into something else? My team, possibly. It's in the same paragraph as F1 World, so what sort of car upgrades could you unlock in F1 World? That seems very interesting to me. Also, no mention of lifestyle or clothing or sofas or any of that stuff. Whether that's still in the game, but they want to keep it hush-hush and not kind of piss everyone off, who knows? But there's no mention of it, which I like. And it does sound like F1 World is a bit more involved with the actual sporting element of Formula 1. For the release, especially on the digital side, we're going to get the Champions Edition with a time-limited Las Vegas content DLC pack, Max Verstappen Racewear pack, also Breaking Point icons, and a vanity item pack, dual entitlement, 4 new My Team icons and XP boost, F1 World Bumper Pack, and 18,000 pit coins, and 3 days early access starting on June 13th. So to be fair, the Champions Edition is going to get quite a fair few extras, which is exciting. I like the look of this, and yeah, I'm keen to see how this all works out. I'm, paywall and that kind of thing is a bit of a tough thing to judge, but if you're going to have a Champions Edition, at least give a fair few incentives to want to get it. The key thing though, early access June 13th. So yeah guys, we are less than technically 6 weeks away from that date, so get ready because things are going to happen. It does now confirm F1 23 will release across PS5, Xbox Series X, S, PS4, Xbox One and PC. So even at the top of the article it didn't say that, it confirms it at the bottom. So every single platform will have that available. So yeah guys, that is the announcement in a nutshell. Very, very interesting. And that is going to be it guys for this one. I want to try and keep it short and snappy, to the point, and give you guys the feedback. You've seen the trailer, you've seen the press release, and we'll see what other information or news we get during the next 5.5, 6 weeks, which is going to be pretty busy because we have such a short timeline until the game comes out. It's going to be quite intense and constant. So like I said at the start, like and crucially subscribe for that new content when it drops. I'll be all over it as soon as possible. And like I said, hopefully early access will be part of that. So that will be the content you guys want to see. But yeah guys, cheers for watching. As always, a big shout out to the channel members for supporting the channel. Check out the 2 videos on screen and I'll see all of you in the next one. Until then, take care and it's goodbye from me.